Every day you blame your weak will, but you were intentionally programmed to fail. Giant corporations profit off your endless self-hatred. They sold you a lie called aggressive transformation, while a tiny organ in your skull safely locks the trap. Let's look at the hidden mechanism of your brain. In 1954, two scientists ran a strange experiment. They placed a tiny electrode inside a rat's brain. They gave the animal a simple control lever. The rat could press it to shock its own mind. What happened next shocked the entire scientific world. The animal pressed the lever 7,000 times per hour. It ignored food, water, and even mortal danger. It died of total exhaustion with a wide smile. Scientists thought they discovered the absolute center of pleasure. But they were completely and utterly wrong. Decades later, neurobiologists uncovered a terrifying truth. The lever didn't bring the rat any pleasure. It only generated a brutal, endless wave of anticipation. This is how the dopamine trap actually works. Promises a reward but never delivers satisfaction. Modern social media apps use this exact rat mechanism. Every infinite scroll is you pressing that lethal lever. You think you are just relaxing after work. In reality, a hidden system is draining your energy. When you try to quit cold turkey on Monday, your ancient brain sees this as a deadly threat. The amygdala instantly triggers a state of total panic. It cuts off your limited supply of willpower. And your inner voice whispers, "You deserve a break." By Friday night, you are trapped in the same hole, crushed by a toxic, heavy wave of guilt. But the Japanese shadow corporations discovered a secret loophole. They found a way to bypass the brain's defense. Without fighting the biology, they rewrote the code. The first secret tool is called Kaizen. It is the art of invisible micro-improvements. The multi-billion industry tells you to change everything instantly. Kaizen tells you to cut just 1%. Eat one less slice of that sugary chocolate. Put your smartphone away 5 minutes earlier. Sounds like an absolute joke to your ego. But this tiny change completely blinds your amygdala. The internal alarm system simply does not turn on. You build a new neural pathway in stealth mode. Each microstep gives a soft, stable dopamine release. You slowly train your nervous system to win again. But the corporate trap has a second deadly layer. It is called the cortisol prison of comparison. Digital platforms bomb your screen with fake perfect lives. Look at this teenager who became a millionaire overnight. Look at this fitness model with an ideal body. Your brain immediately registers a brutal social defeat. Physiologically, this triggers a massive spike of cortisol. Cortisol completely blocks your natural reward system. You feel like a worthless loser who failed life. The ancient Japanese masters counter this with obaitori. The cherry, plum, and peach blossoms bloom differently. They never compete for the exact same week. Your neural rewiring has its own unique timeline. The only metric that matters is you yesterday. But what happens when you inevitably make a mistake? The harsh Western mindset demands absolute perfect streaks. If you break your habit after 30 good days, the toxic inner critic screams, "Everything is ruined." This destructive perfectionism destroys millions of great lives, triggers a massive, unstoppable avalanche of relapse. Here enters the beautiful philosophy of wabi-sabi. It is the art of finding value in imperfection. A mistake is not a fatal crash or reset. It is just a minor stumble on a long road. A living human brain must make errors to learn. That is how neuroplasticity actually builds new cells. Wabi-sabi allows you to look at failure without hatred. You just analyze it and calmly step forward again.
Принято, партнер.
Добиваем вторую половину нашего конвейера. Сцена 76-150. Стиль, мимика, неоновые акценты и структура софта соблюдены на 100%. Scenari, voiceover. Now you are ready to face the deepest layer of the trap. It is the absolute core of the Japanese endurance. The ancient masters called this final tool gamen. Gamen is the cold, silent ability to endure discomfort. Every bad habit thrives on cheap, instant dopamine bursts. When you cut them off, your brain drops into a chemical pit. You will suddenly feel incredibly bored and completely empty. This is the exact moment where millions of people fail. They desperately run around looking for a quick replacement. But gamen teaches you a completely different strategy. Do not panic when you feel that freezing emptiness. Do not search for another digital drug to fix it. Just look at the boredom directly in the eyes. Your neural receptors are simply resetting their high sensitivity. They are healing from years of corporate overstimulation. This process cannot be rushed by aggressive motivational screams. It happens during those quiet, cold, lonely mornings, when absolutely nobody is watching your invisible heavy struggle. But you still wake up and do your absolute minimum. Your biggest life mistake was demanding instant perfection. True transformation is never a loud, aggressive jump. It is a cold, calculated reprogramming of your identity. Stop being a victim who desperately tries to quit. Become a person who deeply respects their own biology. This hidden psychological game never truly ends. The matrix of habits will try to pull you back. Giant corporations will design even cleverer digital traps. They want your focus, your time, and your money. They want you to stay an obedient, overstimulated rat. But now you see the invisible wires behind the screen. You know exactly how your amygdala fires panic signals. You know how cortisol poisons your natural motivation system. You hold the 4 ancient Japanese keys in your hands. Kaizen will secretly build your new neural roads. Obaitori will completely destroy the prison of comparison. Wabi-sabi will remove the toxic guilt of making mistakes. And gamin will shield you during the chemical dopamine winter. Look at your daily routine right now. Every choice you make is a line of code. You are either writing your own freedom or their profit. The illusion of your weakness is officially shattered today. You didn't lose to yourself because you are lazy. You lost because they didn't show you the rules. They rigged the game from the very beginning. But the hackers of the mind always win in the end. Take a deep breath and look around. Your transformation starts with a single microscopic 1%. It starts when you quietly close the distracting app. It starts when you choose biology over corporate manipulation. This is where your new identity takes its first step. No drama, no loud promises, no aggressive overexertion. Just cold, calm, systematic progress every single day. Your brain is a highly programmable biocomputer, and you have just received the master admin password. Use it wisely to rebuild your shattered focus. Do not let them steal your life anymore. The system wants you blind, weak, and easily controlled. Break the script and rewrite your fundamental daily patterns. Because on the other side of that boring discomfort lies the true version of who you actually are. A person who belongs completely to themselves, not to an algorithm, a brand, or a notification. The choice is yours, and it is incredibly simple. 1% up or 1% down. Choose your code carefully every single morning. The Japanese masters proved this system for centuries. It saved millions of lives from total internal destruction. Now it is time to save your own mind. Disconnect from the fake digital noise right now. Step out of the artificial dopamine rat race. Trust the slow, beautiful biological rewiring process. You are no longer a target for corporate psychological warfare. You are the architect of your own neural system. The trap is open and you can finally walk away. Welcome to reality.